with you guys. Rich Uniac, I'm the president of Bridges Outreach. We are working to end homelessness as well. We are serving Essex and Union counties. We provide street outreach and case management, and increasingly we really try to influence systems. We have a very unique perspective in this work, seeing so many folks who are unsheltered and chronically homeless. Based on our beloved point-in-time count, Essex County is always #1 in New Jersey, normally by multiples of the next 2 or 3 counties. Newark is usually 90–91% of that, and we are Newark's 7 nights a week street outreach team since April 1st of 2020, so that's been a wild ride. So we get to hear a lot about, in addition to the quantitative data that we're able to generate on homelessness that directly conflicts with what you see in the point-in-time count. We get a lot of, literally, I'll tell you some of the stuff later. It's mind-blowing. We get a lot of the qualitative that really helps us to understand what people's journeys are and the elements of the systems that are so broken that is to create chronic homelessness and keep people homeless. So it's kind of how we view our role.
Hi everyone, Renee Helfenstein, AVP Events Marketing and Communications at Community Food Bank of New Jersey. We directly serve 11 counties in New Jersey and an additional 4 counties through our partner distribution organizations. There are 21 counties in the state, so we're covering 15 out of 21. We actually, can I throw a question out before I give a statement? I'm gonna break the rules here, Mark. So I just told you we serve 15 out of 21 counties. How many meals do you think we distribute annually? So let me give you one extra piece of information for you. We work with 800 community partners in that territory. So we're like the warehouse, we get the food to those 800 community partners, they get it to our neighbors in need. Throw out some guesses.
1 million.
Yes.
Go ahead, what? 1 million, I've heard?
3 million.
3?
A billion.
A billion, I heard. Give me one more.
500,000.
100 million.
90 million.
All right.
So, I was waiting for you to get in there at the end. I'm like, let's see how in touch you are, Rich.
Not bad.
Rich used to
Not
work
bad.
at Community Food Bank, and that's
True
where
story.
we originally met many years ago. So, I love the 1 and the 3 million, and that's usually what we're getting. People think of us as like a neighborhood pantry. Your neighborhood pantry that operates from your religious organization or the Y or the Boys and Girls, they're doing 1 million and 3 million.
Other than we're one of the 800, and we did almost 1 million last year.
There you go, Sarah. So, it's a huge issue, and we're not only addressing helping people get food, making sure it's culturally appropriate, making sure they have choice and choice pantries like Sarah was talking about earlier, and also training and job training and how they can improve their lives and get out of the food line in the future. But it's also about nutrition education, health education, working with social determinants of health. Where's Virginia? We were chatting about that before. So there's a lot that we are doing in the community and building healthy options for our neighbors that need us the most. It's a lot more to come. Go ahead, Kathy.
Good morning. So I'm Kathy White, and I work for Volunteers of America, Delaware Valley. We are not volunteers. But I have over 400 employees that serve Camden County and Camden City in particular. Volunteers of America nationally, we have about 16,000 employees that do the work from everywhere from New Jersey to Alaska. That work includes homelessness, homeless shelters, working with disenfranchised youth, especially our LGBTQ community, as well as tax credit housing. When Sarah was talking about the lottery and housing, I was thinking about the properties that we have right now, that we have waiting lists of about 3,000 people, because we serve central and southern New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Some of our new projects that are coming online, as you can see from the gray hair, I am what they want to label as a baby boomer. Along those lines, I have 2 senior properties that we operate, and they as well have like 2-year waiting lists. So we're looking to break ground, please, funding come through, in June for opening up another housing project for seniors. But, this is why I have the gray hair, because dealing with government entities and licensing and municipalities and all the works that goes into that is a little much. But Mark asked me here specifically today to talk a little bit more about our work with the criminal justice system. We run and operate in Camden City 3 halfway house programs, or as I prefer that they're called residential community release programs. These are your individuals that within 18 to 24 months of their sentence ending, they transition to our programs so that they can start working, getting all of their credentialing back that they lost, their social security card, their birth certificate. They need jobs, they need school. I push work and school. Education is power, we all know that, so it's important for them to be able to reestablish that as well. Garrett House is our only female program. There's only 2 female halfway houses in the state of New Jersey, that Edna Mahan, that lovely prison that you heard about in the news, send individuals to. Garrett House is one of them. It's a 47-bed facility, and it's really important to us that those women have that opportunity to rebuild those relationships with their children and their family, because somebody's taking care of them while they're away. Hope Hall is our largest facility. It's 175 beds. We have about 129 male individuals that are there right now. And Fletcher House is our 85-bed facility, which has about 54 individuals there right now. Those Fletcher and Garrett, believe it or not, are right there near the Rutgers campus. Everybody know where the Rutgers Law School is in Camden? So Garrett House sits here. Here's the law school. Fletcher House is right behind it. That's another opportunity for folks to thrive and to get involved in school and education. Hope Hall sits a little further out, but is still in Camden City. On our staff, we have case managers that assist them with reconnecting with their family. We have employment specialists that assist them with finding jobs. We've been doing the work for 128 years. I have not been there for a long time. I know you're looking at the gray hair. Wow. But, you know, having that, I can be incredibly silly, but having that backing of not only our national organization, but great community partners like the folks you see to the left and right of me, is how we're able to continue to provide those services. We cannot think for 1 second that individuals coming home from prison are just gonna miraculously get it right and just start all over. If you're not giving them what they need, be it in prison, to the step down to the halfway house, to going back home. Think about those individuals that have been in prison 10, 15, 20 years. They may get some phone calls from family, they may even get some visits, but families are still sitting home doing what? Surviving, taking care of those kids. So they're not running up and down the highway to go to a prison to reconnect. But that family unit is incredibly important in making sure that when they come home, that they can continue to stay home. So, I can talk all day.
I know.
Tell me when to stop.
We all can.
But so, you know, right now, some of my advocacy is, obviously, if you saw the governor's budget, proposed budget, there were some cuts to some human service agencies, mine being one of them, because besides the halfway houses, what we noticed was there are individuals that were home that were still struggling. So we created programs called Safe Return and Navigator, and they're in 9 counties. And we do everything from, if you come south, you'll see big white vehicles with my red, white, and blue VOA logo on it, and we're roaming the community, and we're helping these people, saying, you know, get off the streets, getting them into our shelters until they're ready to get that case management linkage, or for those individuals that have been released from prison, it's been 3 years and they're still struggling, helping them get where they need to be. And then we developed a program in 2015, I believe it was. I'm tired. So I was up late last night socializing with the Chamber of Commerce from South Jersey with the legislators. pushing them to give me back my money. But, one of the things we developed, not residentially based for criminally involved individuals, was a program called Impact, where we are embedded in 29 police departments. It started with a very good friend of ours, Chief Winters, who is the chief for the Pine Hill Police Department in further south. And what the chief noticed was that they kept arresting the same people for nonsense. And he was like, can you guys help me with this? Like, what's going on here? So we literally took a part of one of our male shelters and made it an impact unit. So when officers are encountering the same people, rather than just throwing them back in jail and perpetuating the cycle, they call us, we give them a bed, we give them case management, we go to their court appointments with them, we get them hooked up with Berging or Legacy, some of our mental health partners that can get them stable on their medication and all of that. So those are the three programs rather, that I'm concerned about the funding right now that we're advocating for, because not everything has to be, the first thing you do is lock someone up. The other big push for me right now is there's a bill floating around. There hasn't had the final draft yet, but it's looking at those individuals who are incarcerated, who are senior citizens. They're gonna come home, but the assumption should not be that they're all gonna be eligible for SSI or SSD. So where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna live? Where are they gonna work? There's gotta be some things that we can do for that population that are a little bit different. So looking at what we can do for the incarcerated person who is going to be aging out of the system. Some folks wanna come to a residential community release program, AKA halfway house, some don't. They wanna just do their 85%, max off their sentence and come home. But how about we have them come home with a plan that helps them not only be stable, but stabilizes their communities. I'll stop.
Sarah, I really don't wanna hear more from you right now.
Fair,
And I'll
fair.
tell you what, this kind of feel-good panel is missing some really fundamental things. I live in Portland, Oregon. I live in Newark, New Jersey. I live in Washington, D.C. And I am extremely distressed that I have to walk by tent cities. Homeless people panhandling me. They're filthy. I know they're up to illegal activities. Why, there was even a murder in my town because of the tent city in my town. Now, when is someone gonna do something about this? I think it ought to be illegal. I think we ought to clear the tent cities out. I pay my taxes, I live in this town, I provide for the services in this town. It should be